Thank you very much for that. That doesn't only reply to the question, but is also introducing to the topic that I have for my next question, which is that where automation doesn't really come just with the introduction of a tool or a system, but most importantly, it comes with a broader change management, with a really change in the behavior, in the mindset and mentality of the organization that wish to introduce automation to streamline the processes. And most often we see automation initiatives actually fail, and through the fact that there hasn't been an involvement of the broader stakeholders team, of the end users. In fact, even more, there hasn't been an involvement of the end user in the decision to actually introduce that automation or the tool. What would be the benefits of those end user through the introduction of the automation piece? It could be, a tool, a system, and why should they actually be encouraged to accept this change? And so really the topic is introducing also the concept of involving the broader ecosystem into the whole discussion of introducing automation. So my next question to you is, we do see that many organizations do fall into this poor change management trap. Why do you think that is still the case? Although there are lots of literature around this topic, there are lots of discussions ongoing of the importance of change management, and still we see the poor change management approach being adopted today really widely.
Yes. So now you touch on a very, very important point. Technology by itself doesn't work, right? So you still need organizations which are widely defined by people to accept it and to leverage it. And I think I go back to, again, the objective of the automation that you're trying to drive, or the application of software or technology. And does it really make it easier for the end user? If what you're introducing is actually causing more effort, more time, more pain, it's usually a wrong start, right? I've seen many organizations have, they have a very complex process, maybe beyond what is necessary, and you take that as is and you try to automate that or apply technology to it, it doesn't really get more simplified. So I think automation, I've seen companies take as an opportunity to first look at the process that you're trying to handle and ask the question, do I need all these steps, and can I first simplify it? Once you simplify it, then you can automate it, which actually will help you with your cause of introducing that change to the organization. You can articulate why, it will be beneficial to the end user because it will make their lives easier, right? So the experience of the end user, you need to think about, how does this change that? What is the new piece of automation that I'm introducing? How does it change the life of an end user? And then also, what is the outcome? The experience will have to improve, and then the outcome will also have to improve. So if you can keep that in mind and then understand that, and then be able to articulate that to the organization, that would help. The second piece, which I've seen organizations make a mistake, is try to do all of it at the same time. So if you introduce a new change and you process new automation, rather than do it in a controlled phase and start in one area, one group, or one function, one category, however you want to look at it, or one region, it could be anything. But pick a region, pick a category, pick a piece of scope that is first conducive to adoption, whether they've been pioneers in the past or their propensity to change is easier. Start there and then use that success story to leverage and drive change. So we take that for granted, but it's so important because if you try to do all of it at the same time, it's risky, and if it doesn't work, then there's no going back. You've already failed, and then just kind of restarting wouldn't work because there's already a negative experience. And also you'll learn a lot of things. That initial group, you'll get feedback. You may have discovered things that is not ready for prime time. You can tweak the change that you're introducing, and then you do it in a controlled fashion. So there's a lot of benefits in kind of phasing out that change. I think I've seen organizations not able to do these two things, understand the impact to the end user. It may make procurement's life easier, but does it make the stakeholders? Stakeholder may be the budget holder, it could be the supplier, it could be the internal function you're working with, whether it's legal or finance, it could be anyone. But it's really important to understand from their perspective, how is this going to impact them and what additional benefits is going to provide.